Hey, what's up, VC? It's Steve again, Harmless Rebel. Up front, I just got to apologize. I've been wanting to make videos quite a bit lately, actually for the last 2 months. But this place is just in such disarray right now. So I'm going through the whole collection and kind of doing a purge, kind of getting stuff in order. There's a lot of albums that I have like 5 or 6 copies of for no reason other than I found them for a good deal somewhere. So I've been going through everything, cleaning everything out, getting rid of the old beat up stuff. I've actually got 8 U-Haul boxes full of records that I'm going to be getting rid of pretty soon. A lot of it's just stuff that I just don't need to have on vinyl. You know, I've got, when I first got into collecting again back in 2012 or 13, you could still get albums for pretty cheap, meaning I could go to a thrift store or a Goodwill and find 7 or 8 really good albums for $1, $2. And I was buying everything back then. So I've got copies of stuff like Journey and The Cars and Foreigner, stuff that yes, I like the songs from those bands, but those aren't the albums that I think to myself, hey, I want to pull this out and just spin that album. It's stuff that I can throw on an 80s radio station, or stream and listen to. So I'm getting rid of a lot of stuff like that and keeping the stuff that I really want in the collection and just making room. I mean, the fact is, all the shelves are full. All the shelves over there are full. I've got stacks of records everywhere. And that's not even including the 8 boxes that are already full of stuff that's going to be that I'm going to be getting rid of. So it's kind of made it hard to do videos right now. Nothing is in order right now. I've been going through and cleaning stuff up and putting them into the Blake sleeves and just trying to get set. So nothing is alphabetical right now. I've just been moving stuff around, moving back towards having everything organized again. So once that happens, I hope to make some more videos. That's kind of my New Year resolution this year. For the last year and a half, 2 years, a lot of it related to work. After sitting on the computers all day, I just don't really feel like hanging out in here and doing videos, and that has a lot to do with it. So kind of my resolution for 2021 will be to try to do more videos. But let's jump in, just do show a few here, and then I've got some other stuff planned. I do want to do a best of for 2020. It's been a great year for metal, a great year for vinyl. I've been working from home for the last year because of COVID. I've been spinning records like crazy. And there's been some just amazing stuff come out this year. These 2 I got because of Scott. I didn't realize that these got a vinyl pressing. I don't believe they were originally pressed to vinyl when they came out. But this is One for All from Raven. I'm a huge Raven fan. I've always liked Raven, but after seeing them twice in the last few years, it's made me like them that much more. So that was One for All. Oops. And then we've got Everything Louder. And these were done by Night of the Vinyl Dead. I really wish we could get a Night of the Vinyl Dead distributor here in the U.S. Man, they put out some great stuff. And it sells out fast. And I just usually end up missing out on it because it's Europe only. They pressed the Grip Incorporated albums a few years back, which is one of my all-time favorites. The first 2 albums from Grip Incorporated. If you're not familiar with Grip Incorporated, when Dave Lombardo first left Slayer back in the 90s, Grip Incorporated was the band that he co-founded. And they did 4 albums, I believe, before one of the members died. And then, of course, Lombardo got back with Slayer. But I've gotten some stuff from like Malia Rage and a few other bands, obviously Raven, that I've been able to find. But I end up paying a premium for them, because a lot of times I have to order them from Europe. I looked out with these 2, but I think I still paid $6 or $7 more than I would have had I been able to buy them direct. So next up, I don't remember who talked about this band. I remember somebody talking about them, and then I ran across this demo. This is their a repress of their first release. This is Funeral Doom Band, Bell Witch. I really dug this. I'm definitely going to be looking for more of their stuff. Fantastic album though, and a really nice start for the band. Next one, I showed this years and years ago, maybe 2013 or 2014. This was just kind of a blind buy. This is a 1984. It's a glam metal band, but when I first saw this album cover, I was thinking 70s hard rock. Regardless, really killer album. I don't think they did any. They may have had one more after this. I can't remember off the top of my head. But this is Loud and Clear from Buster Brown. This is one that, as I've been going through and getting rid of stuff that I would generally get rid of. But man, these things are impossible to find. It's a really killer album. I think they were just killed by their name, obviously. I mean, you know, if you grew up when I did, Buster Browns were shoes. And it's just kind of a stupid name. It sounds like a 70s hard rock name, and it looks like a 70s hard rock band, but it really is just some really good glam from the 80s, and I really dig this. Pulled this out again after, like I said, I've been going through and giving it a few more spins. And I thought about selling this one and trying to find another copy, but the vinyl's in really good condition, and these go for like $50, so that one's going to stay in the collection. Next up, this is just one of those bands that I've always liked. I've liked them from day one. Their last 3 albums or so have all been good. The problem is the band hasn't really advanced. It's the same basic sound, but the same topics too, which unfortunately gets old. I love their first 4 albums. I still play them pretty regularly. This is still a good album. If you're a fan of the band, definitely worth grabbing, but it definitely won't be making one of my best of lists. But this is Way to the False Self from Hatebreed. Still the same, still that same metallic hardcore sound that they're famous for, and still the kind of the self-empowering lyrics. It's just the same as it always is, you know. Next up, like everybody else, I've been buying up bootlegs left and right for the last couple years, and you know, anytime I see anything Judas Priest, I've got to have it. This one's Live at the Palladium, New York, 1981. Fantastic set. Sounds amazing. Any bootlegs that you see from Verne, Verne Records, I've bought 5 or 6. They're always outstanding quality. A lot of their stuff sounds like it's an actual live album. It doesn't sound like a soundboard recording. Fantastic, though. Highly recommend this one. This next one is just an upgrade. It's just a super clean copy. The one I have is pretty well beat, but just an absolute classic. Fireball from Deep Purple. Really nice original US pressing. The same day I ran across this, basically near mint in the shrink. They had it for $15, which I would have bought it anyway, but man, $15. But this is Dominator from UDO. If you're an Accept fan, if you're an Udo fan, it's a must-have. Really killer album. I've had this on CD for years. I was actually really shocked to run across it because the store that I got it from pretty much never has any metal. Been on a really weird Mastodon kick lately. I think I actually have one more. Yeah, one more Mastodon album in here. Mastodon is really funny. So if you've heard me talk about them before, I had all of their albums on CD before, and all of the CDs sound extremely overproduced. All the volumes are cranked up. They just don't sound good. It's too much coming at you at once. There's no air in the sound. And I've been running across their stuff on vinyl for relatively good prices lately, and I've been grabbing them, and it all sounds better on vinyl. There's a lot more airiness to the music. It's just not, you know, if you're familiar with the noise wars, this band is definitely a victim of that, and I wasn't a fan for a long time, and I think it was because I had only heard the CDs, and they just all overpower you. Whereas the vinyl, like I said, there's some airiness to the sound. There's some separation to the instruments, and it just sounds so much better. But Emperor of the Sand, Emperor of Sand. I'm still kicking myself for this. So I've gotten to meet the band twice. So every time they put out a new album, Criminal Records in Atlanta usually does some kind of release, or they'll do a signing event, and they did for this. And I had planned on going, and I just woke up and got lazy and didn't go. So I could have had a copy of this signed by the band, but through my own laziness and not wanting to drive for 40 minutes or 35 minutes, whatever it is, I didn't. But regardless, I ended up getting that for like 15 bucks. So, and I also ended up getting this. This is one I missed. This was Record Store Day from a couple years ago, 2019. It was probably 25 bucks, so I wouldn't have bought it anyway. I was shocked at how good this is. This is Mastodon doing Stairway to Heaven. It's a tribute album, or a tribute to whoever Nick John is. I'm not sure who that is. But this is a tribute to him called Stairway to Nick John. It's them doing Stairway to Heaven in the studio and live. The studio track is phenomenal. I listened to this over and over. It's so good. They do such a great job on this. This is one that if you're a Zeppelin fan or a Mastodon fan, I recommend picking up. Just a really nice 10-inch. Next up, this has become one of my favorite bands. I completely missed out on this band all through the 90s. And it's kind of tragic. And actually, most people I know missed out on this band. This band is one of probably the most underrated bands in metal, hands down. I've now got all of their albums on CD. As I find stuff on vinyl, I'm trying to grab it on vinyl. Their stuff gets expensive, and when it gets repressed, it sells out pretty quick. I was lucky enough to get this for a really good price. This is Days of Purgatory. So for their first few albums, and I can't think of his name off the top of my head, but they had a different singer. And then Matt Barlow came in, I think, on their third album or their fourth album. And what this is they recorded a bunch of the songs from their first three albums with Barlow on vocals. Barlow's vocals are phenomenal. I wish he was still in the band. So he was in the band for more than a decade. He left. Ripper Owens came in for 2 albums. The first of which, with Ripper Owens, is probably my favorite Iced Earth album. I was really happy when Barlow came back, and then he was only back for like 2 more albums and then left again. But this is fantastic, especially the first disc, or the first LP. It's 3 LPs. Man, it's so good. And it's all songs that I love anyway, but having Barlow sing them just takes it to the next level. Iced Earth, fantastic. Let's see. And then last but not least for this video, this one, huge thanks to Kevin Colehouse, War God 60. Is it War God 60, I believe? I'll put a link down below. He sent me this. This has become one of my favorite albums. This is a repress from 2018. Had this been a 2020 album, this would have made my top 5. I love this album beginning to end. I've been playing it nonstop. The band has a new album for this year, I believe, but I don't think this. I think this is the only thing they've put on vinyl. Fantastic though. This is Shadow Killer. Highly recommend searching this one down. The name of the album is Guardians of the Temple. It's just phenomenal. Man, I can't thank you enough for this one, Kevin. Thank you for turning me on to this band. I'll definitely be on the lookout for their stuff. But that's it, guys. I hope that everybody's doing good. I hope you had a Merry Christmas. Have a Happy New Year. Subscribe, all that good stuff. Take care. I'll see you soon.